This question, though, you're going to have to tune in later to hear the answer. What should we expect at Blade Show West?
Well, it's a...
All right, guys, welcome to the Knife Show here in Meridian. We're joined by Tim from Chris Reeves. Tim, we're big fans. We've got some questions that we wrote down for you. Hopefully you're okay with answering some of these.
I'm game. I'm always game.
Okay. So first and foremost, what is your favorite part of being at the show?
At the show, whether it's this show or any show, it's the people. I steal this line from Ben Peterson over at NAFS. He says we show up for the knives and stay for the people. And there's just not a better way of saying that. Like, it really is. It's a room full of friends and family, and it's really the family that you actually like. So whether it's this show, whether it's Blade show, whatever, it's the people. The Boise show, we were here in Meridian technically because we're on this side of Eagle Road. But the Boise show is fun because it's a ton of locals, right? And a bunch of my staff can come or friends or whatever. So I like this one a lot because one of the aspects that I love about this show is because a lot of my crew that want to go to shows, they can actually come out and kind of see like a little bit of what we do or a little bit of like what this show world is like. So that I'd pin it to that.
See, and I was going to ask, what about IKA specifically? But you kind of tied right into that, so we don't need to expand too much.
Yeah, well, I mean, I can kind of I can elaborate on that. Like the IKA is kind of cool. It's got a special place in my heart because this is the 12th year that the IKA show has gone down, and we've been involved to some degree for that entire time. Like my mom's the treasurer; she's been the treasurer for quite a few years now.
And that's Ann, right?
Yeah, my mom Ann.
She just introduced herself to me, so
she's great. Yep, legendary Blade Magazine Cutlery Hall of Famer. She's embarrassed every time I say that. But I like to you gotta give mom the love, but it's been so cool over the years to watch this show grow. That's a big part. It's a hometown show, dude.
Yeah, I'm actually not from here, but I spoke to some of the locals, and they were telling me when they first started coming to the show, there would be empty booths, and we're here now, and all the tables are filled.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the one table that we're sitting to do this is like a dude that couldn't make it, right? Because of whatever, right? So it's been growing. It's always been a smaller show. I don't know. It's got a very good homegrown feel, but it's been picking up steam over the last couple of years. And there's been a handful of us, Dan Hawkins, Bill Koenig, TJ Schwartz, like a bunch of us that have been like, all right, it's time that we need to really start pushing in this. And I think this thing's going to start ratcheting up. I'm hoping. So.
And I can attest to that because this is the first nice show that I ever attended to when I first moved to Idaho 2 years ago.
Okay, yeah.
And it definitely was a little bit smaller scale than this. I came today. Expecting the exact same,
sure,
and it's a lot busier than it was before.
It'll be cool to see like tomorrow because tonight's like little. I keep calling it the VIP night or whatever. It's like a little bit like more intimate or whatever. Tomorrow is full day, and so it'll be really cool to see who all comes through tomorrow. So I'm excited.
You guys, if you guys haven't been, 100% recommend it. There's a lot of cool stuff here.
Yeah.
But here's a question from one of the staff members. They really are curious. What type of drink are you going to be having all night? Is it that Stella Artois?
Yeah, no,
Is that the drink of choice?
It's if you know me at all, you probably know that I'm probably drinking Stella.
Is that what we were going to have? When I know you invited me to come by the shop on Thursday.
Absolutely, yeah. We keep Stellas in the fridge of the shop, and it's the go-to beer. I'm a big European lager kind of guy, and the closest thing you can get reliably throughout Boise or throughout Idaho are Stella Artois.
Okay.
And my dad is very much the same. We're green bottle beer kind of guys. Stella's, the Belgians do pretty good. The Czechs make the best. The Czechs make the best lagers on planet Earth, and they will tell you that themselves. They're not wrong. But the Belgians do pretty well, and you can get Stella like in most places. So
okay, I understand. All right, and then I've got another question from another staff member. I'm sure you know Chris.
Yeah, I love Chris.
How long did it take to develop the Sebenza?
Well, okay, develop. I guess you have to define develop. Because it's in some ways it's like whatever 1987 is till now, however many years that is. So my dad my dad designed the lock mechanism, the frame lock, or what we called the integral lock in 1987. And so in one hand, I think it was developed like relatively quickly, or the concept of it. And it's kind of cool to look back at old Sebenzas and watch some of the little small variants. Like the very first version had a very, very short lock arm, and he learned that like with a short lock arm, it has to pitch over pretty steep and it's not as strong. And so he cut that slot further back to like where we know now, and it gives a much stronger, it's now you're it's a less steep angle, right? So on one hand, I think it was pretty quick, because still to this day we have the same hole positions of like all Sebenzas still have like the same hole position. I could pull a fixture from the late 80s, early 90s, and probably take a 31 handle set and like set it on there. Those hole positions haven't changed.
I mean, it's hard to get better than perfection, right? I mean,
right. But then on the other hand, the Sebenza has been in development for 40 years or like whatever, like 1987 is till now, because we're always kind of tweaking things. And sometimes the development isn't necessarily like the product, but it's the processes on the back end. So not to make that like a way headier question than like needs be, but it's like somewhere between 40 years and like, I don't know, a couple weeks.
What he's really saying is that it's still in development. It's still subject to potentially change. But I know that there's going to be tons of people arguing that it's already perfect. There's not a lot of changes to be made. But I know you iterate. I know that you add different, maybe different scales, maybe different inlays, different techniques, different materials, especially as they come forward.
Yeah. Well, and a lot of like with the change from the 21 to the 31, which is the last generation change, a lot of the MO or modus operandi that I was working with was quite simply like not pissing into the cathedral, right? Like, let's not fuck up a good thing. That I take that to heart very, very, very like closely. But there's little changes of needing to. There's little places where you can push the ball forward. You can make some development, that kind of stuff. So trying to figure out how to introduce like the ceramic ball lock interface, but not change things that make the Sebenza a Sebenza, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So
don't worry, guys. Your Grail is still gonna be your Grail.
Yeah,
it's a Grail worthwhile.
There's always going to be the pursuit of like preserving that, no matter what we do to it. And so somebody recently was like, "Oh, what's the Sebenza 41 going to be?" I was like, I'm not really sure right now, because I don't. I mean, I have, I guess, loose ideas, but they're way far out. There's no like close up ideas of like what we need to move into the whatever a 41 or whatever the next generation of Sebenza would be. Like we're pretty good right now.
So,
but I'm not saying it's perfect, because I don't think anything's ever perfect, right?
Right. There's always room
to some degree
for change, but with that being said, the goal for you is to maintain the same experience to the users.
Sure. I mean, the goal first, before an experience, I guess, is more. The goal is to hold the same standard of execution, the same standard of like quality of delivery. Like that. Now, that in turn ends up being an experience, I guess, right? But to me, the experience is much more like a secondary outcome. For me, it has to start with holding the same level of standard. If that makes sense. I know it's a little bit of semantics or a little bit heady, but it's, to me, there's an appropriate, like, you don't want to put the cart before the horse. Because if we're just experience based, like, then all this would change. Like, it would all look very different. The experience is a byproduct, I think, of the standard, of the endeavor of chasing the standard. If that makes sense.
No, 100%.
Okay.
It definitely makes sense to me, but I don't know about you guys.
Yeah.
The last question. What is the one question that you receive from knife guys that really irks you?
Oh, that bugs. Oh, that's a good question. Because it's like probably surprisingly not much. I mean, just because like questions are repetitive or like you get them a lot I've learned to like not be irritated. I'll tell you what drives me nuts though is, here's the question. What's the best steel?
Ah,
And it's like, you're not formulating the question correctly. It's like, what's the best steel for my intended use? What do I want out of a steel? What am I trying to do? What steels can you get to do that thing? Like, there's like, it's just a bouquet of conversation when it comes to steel selection for like any given knife. But they're like, oh, what's the best steel? Or like, what, whatever.
no, I agree.
And so yeah, that's like kind of the place where if I see a thread on the internet like opening up, I will just kind of move past, because it's not that conversation like, well, this is the best, this is the best. Like it just gets extremely boring to me, is like that the debate of it. Because a lot of times it's just saturated in not formulating the question right.
No, 100%. You've been in this world a lot longer than I have, and I've heard that question hundreds, if not thousands of times, right?
How many times?
My response to that is always, well, what are you doing with it? I don't.
It's a why question is what it has to start with. It's why or what, right? So like with Magna Cut, like we like it because it's a
good all around steel.
It's the most recent bolstered up like balanced steel. Like Laren specifically says, like he designed it to be a balanced steel, and we've always pursued kind of balanced steels. But I do love steels that like do different things. Like there's a ton of great steels out there. Not all of them are great for like what we do. You can take something like M4 or Maximet or Rex 121 or whatever, and they could be great for certain specific attributes, but they may not work really well for our knife, right? And so that's always a fun one, is like, oh well, what's the best steel, or this is the best steel, and it's like, okay, well,
there you go, folks.
Yeah.
Thank you, Tim, for your time. I know you've got a drawing coming up here shortly.
Yeah.
So if you guys signed up for it, well, you know what? By the time this gets edited, you're probably not going to be here for that. Yeah. So you're missing out. No. Be here next time.
Yeah. Yeah. Come to the Idaho show, and we should keep having some fun. So thanks for doing this, man.
Thank you.
Great. Yeah. We will do some more.
We're going to do more content with Chris Reeve coming soon. All right. I promise.
I love it. Thanks, Raul.
Well,
that was great.
I do have one more personal question, not related to any of this.
Sure.
I know I haven't had one yet, but I saw one that you made someone else that I really like. What are the chances of me or ever you again making a fully blacked out?
Like the DLC ones?
Mm-hmm. Like
we're doing more of those.
Coded,
oh, yeah.
Like black handle, DLC blade.
We're doing more.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. There's more to come.
That's one that
all black DLCs like a gonna be a consistent thing. We'll keep doing it. They're not gonna be large quantities. DLC is an absolute pain in the ass. On the administration side, that's really what it is. It's about working with really good DLC companies. We're working with a good one right now. But even still, there's like a relationship that has to build together. There's a lot of like figuring out how to handle the parts and clean the parts and send the parts and package it. Like there's just a lot of administrative stuff because it's not something we do in house.
Yeah, that quality control goes away. And I'm sure you
like this aspect you like open, like in this chain of making a knife, you open this window of something we can't control, right? And so you're like sending stuff out, and then you're like having it done, and then it comes back, and you have to like then qualify everything and then go make knives. And it's absolutely a pain in the ass, but it's not insurmountable at all. So like Bill Koenig and I we have had many conversations about the woes of DLC, but he's also helped me out a ton in like helping just the whole DLC journey, if you will, of like getting with good people and how to prep things and stuff like that. And there's going to be a lot more coming because I love it. I personally love it. It's a personal endeavor is why the DLC stuff started.
And to me, it's crazy because I actually prefer a satin blade, no finish. I prefer it. There's something about black on black. I don't know. It just gets me.
Well, and the whole black on black thing is very much new for like CRK. My dad was always he hated like just black stuff. Like he used to be mad when I would wear black jeans, right? And but now I get to call the shots. And so but I showed him one the other day and he looked at me and he was like, yeah,
that's good.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool, So it's all good. It's all good. But we're doing more. They're going to be much more like They will end up being smaller runs and smaller batches and stuff like that. We're going to do as large of batches as we can muster. But I think for us, it'll always be kind of inherently a smaller run thing. It'll be something that we'll just do for ourselves. Like kind of the guys in the shop have called it like an exclusive for ourselves, if you will. You know,
I understand that, but that's not true either. I literally have my eye on one other one because I know the lady that's doing your etching is retiring. From what I
at some point, I mean, she's got no hard date. No, it's funny because the rumor mill almost hit harder. It was like out in the world. Everyone's like, "Oh, Lisa's retiring," and somebody like a big conversation happened on the fan pages one day, and I jumped in. I was like, "Oh, she is."
Yeah,
like news to me, you know.
Yeah, see, the news was that we weren't allowed to order anymore. We
stopped. We closed the order books like 3 years ago.
Wow.
Because there's about 3 years worth of work, and so she's still making them all the time and full time like cranking them out. At some point she will retire. Whenever that day is, and we'll figure out what that looks like when that happens. But it's not tomorrow. I mean, unless like I don't know something,
Yeah, the reason I brought it up was like, that's going to be the black on black was going to be my first if I ever saw it. Yeah. But then I heard about that retirement. I was like, well, now I want this too.
Yeah, the uniques are cool, man, and yeah, they're just unique. Like you end up, and I've done it myself. I've fallen in love with certain ones, and it was actually no, so it wasn't at an IK show. It was at a California custom show years ago. We pulled a unique out. And whatever it did, it spoke to me, and I fell in love with it.
You're like, that's mine.
And I let it sit on the table all weekend, see if it would sell. And then for whatever reason, it didn't. It was back in like 2016 or 17, and it didn't. And maybe I was like moving it around so people could see,
You hit it.
But I ended up taking that one home myself. And then I had it was a large, and I had a small. I talked to Lisa, and I had her make a matching small. And put my wife's birthstone in it, and I gave that to her. So my wife and I have matching uniques.
That's freaking cool.
It's kind of cool.
Now I've got my eyesight on a black on black. Keep me. I mean, I don't know why we're still talking to this. This was a personal request.
If this all works, like add it in. I just it. Yeah. That's all above board for me. So
because Aaron warned me. He's like, I don't know, you might not be able to get one until you get like a show. Maybe we'll see.
Maybe, yeah.
So I thought I'd take my chance and ask.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. So yeah, that's the scoop on the blacks and on the black TLC and uniques will be around for a while. Okay, for the foreseeable future, let's put it that way.
Okay, perfect. Well, let me know.
I wouldn't sleep on it, but I wouldn't screw things up to go get one. You know what I mean?
Well, I'm definitely getting my hands on a unique, and now I know black on black.
Oh yeah.
And our exclusive that's coming at Blade Show West, all right?
Oh, yeah. I'm excited for that. Yeah, they finally twisted my arm in the right way, and we got some good ideas.
I think we bribed them.
All right, dude. Thank you.
Thank you.